The negative news is that we are witnessing a situation where certain contractors are taking up more jobs than they can implement beyond their capacity. They bid for 5-6 projects at the same time using different companies. And then they quote low to undercut some people by way of price. Once they have won the jobs, implementation becomes a challenge. So we want to caution contractors once more that they should only take the number of projects which they can effectively implement. If any contractor takes over or takes up more than enough projects, and then the government meets its part of the bargain by making sure that all the requisite payments are made based on attainment of the necessary milestones, but the contractor is unable to implement the project, we will go ahead and blacklist such contractors. We are also witnessing a situation where certain government officers are also contractors at the same time. That is conflict of interest. So moving forward, we really need to decide. We don't want a situation where public servants are also contractors, yet they are the ones who are awarding the what? Awarding the contracts. We have got so many young boys and girls in the market who are well educated and can undertake those type of jobs. So if you are a public servant and you want to go in business, leave government and go and do business. Are we together? But we are not going to allow a situation where certain individuals are in the public service, but they are also using their influence within the public service to award themselves, their own companies or their proxies, government contracts. I'm saying this because we are witnessing a challenge in implementation on projects where we have got either political connections, the contractors either have political connections or they have connections with people in government. You are aware that all contracts, award of contracts, is within the confines of the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act. That act does not recognize political connections. And that act equally does not recognize connections to anybody in government. So once you have been awarded any government project as a contractor, you must deliver. We have witnessed a situation today where a government project is more or less stalling, and I'm told, unfortunately, that this contractor drops names of people in government. The law doesn't recognize that. Once you have been awarded a project, you will be held accountable for delivery of that project, irrespective of the politician you know in government or the official you know in government. And if you are not delivering and you have been paid, we will pursue ways and means of making sure that the public funds are not lost. And to those government officers who are meddling in procurement processes and in turn interfering with implementation of government projects, once we identify you, we will liaise with the relevant government agencies and make sure that you are held accountable within the law by way of conflict of interest. Are we together there? Yes. Yeah. We must have demarcation lines. Either you decide to be in government or you go to the private sector. But you cannot be in government and private sector at the same time and award yourself government contracts and then fail to implement. To cause up. Yeah.
Maybe generally as we talk, at which percentage?
Yeah, like at this one, the water project where I was covering a lot too there. A contractor was awarded that project. Yeah? When you are awarded a project, there are clear terms of reference, there are clear guidelines, there are clear specifications, including but not limited to the materials you are supposed to use. Here is a contractor who goes ahead and procures material which is substandard, then comes and works at night when there is no supervision. Then when he is told that the project cannot continue, then he abandons the project. So we are going to pursue that contractor to a logical conclusion. And we will ensure that if we have got an exit clause in that contract, we will ensure that that contract is terminated and another contractor is brought on board. We are not going to condone any contractor who has been awarded a government project and he fails to deliver because he thinks he's connected with anybody, either a politician or somebody in government. The law doesn't recognize that. Are we together there?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah. And you are aware that the contractor who was on this road was sent away. This road here. Kakamega Navajo, this Navajo road. Yeah, so there's now a new contractor on road, on site, and this road is now going to get a new lease of life.
Mheshimiwa, asante sana kwa nafasi hii.
Yes.
Mimi naitwa Collins Lumumba nikiwa kiongozi wa mashabiki wa mpira Kakamega Homeboys hapa Kakamega.
Ndio.
Asante kwa kuleta CHAN na kuhakikisha serikali kuhakikisha kwamba tunaandaa CHAN na tumejenga Talanta Hela, Kasarani mmerekebisha, Nyayo mmerekebisha.
Ndio.
Swali langu kuu ni kwamba Rais alipokuja hapa wakati fulani alituahidi kwamba Bukungu Stadium inaenda kutengenezwa.
Ndio.
Kwa sasa imesimama na tunaona tu ni kwamba wanasema wanaweka carpet yale mashindano ya East Africa na National ya shule za upili iweze kutumika, then watoe tena hiyo carpet. Ningeomba tu kujua serikali imefikia wapi kwa ufadhili wa kutujengea Bukungu, ikizingatiwa kwamba Kakamega ni nyumbani pa talanta.
Kwanza nataka unipe heko kwa kuleta tracksuit kwa timu ya Kakamega Homeboys hapo mbeleni.
Asante.
Usianze tu na malalamishi. Na wewe umesema wewe ni shabiki wa Kakamega Homeboys. Si nilileta tracksuit?
Ulileta tracksuit ya kila mchezaji.
Sawa sawa.
Asante sana kwa hilo.
Hii project kulingana na mpango ambayo tulikuwa nayo ilikuwa na matatizo hapo mbeleni. Na sina zile details kuhusu hiyo project kwa sasa, lakini natashauriana na mwenzangu Waziri Salim Muvuria ili nijue mpango kabambe ya kukamilisha hiyo stadium. Na nitawapatia jibu.
Maybe, Bwana Waziri, you've talked about some contractors having substandard materials that end up doing shoddy works.
Yes.
The case in point is the road from Ibokolo, Shianda, Malad to Navajo.
Yes. Yes, yes.
That road is actually less than 10 years old, but it's actually dotted with potholes. If you pass there, then I will actually witness that. Maybe
you see, from where I sit, we have got officers also in government who are supposed to be supervising the contractors. But in the course of supervision, they connive with the same contractors so that the contractors use substandard material. If any officer in government who is supposed to be supervising a government project connives with a contractor to the extent that he condones the contractor undertaking substandard work, we will follow up that government officer and he'll be held accountable and he will be surcharged for any public funds which are lost in that regard.
That road is saying has been recommended for termination of the contract.
Yeah, and we have actually recommended that road for termination of the contract. Yeah.
Maybe the second part of my question, this is actually the famous C41 road that's actually quite popular, especially during political rhetoric.
Yeah.
Are there timelines to ensure that these are actually completed within specific timelines?
I don't want us to implement a road because a road is popular for politics. I want us to implement a road because a road is popular for economics. Yeah? Are we together? Yeah. So don't say we are to implement a road because of political reasons. Our concern is economic implication of the road for the benefit of the Kenyan what? The Kenyan people, not the political class.
Yeah. Do we have contractors in this county that you are planning to blacklist? Now that you're saying there are some that are...
There's one we have just told him we are going to blacklist him. From where we are. We have told him that we are terminating that contract, bringing in a new contractor next week, and we are blacklisting him and debarring him from undertaking government projects in the future. Yeah. And that is the direction that we are going to take with all contractors in the country. If you have been awarded a contract, you fail to meet the project timelines, you have been paid, we terminate you, bring in a new contractor, we debar you from undertaking government projects in the future. Hatutaki mchezo because government has no money of its own. It is money we are holding in trust on behalf of the Kenyan what? Public, the taxpayer. Yeah? And we want to ensure that there is efficiency and effectiveness in the utilization of public funds.
If I may add on what you asked, are there timelines for government projects?
Each and every project has to be considered on its own based on the scope. So there's no timeline for a government project overall. Yeah, each and every project has got a project timeline, including but not limited to a start date and a projected end date. Yeah. Yeah. Ndio. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Tukiwagundua ndio nimesema tukigundua kama kuna mfanyakazi wa serikali ambayo anaingia katika anashirikiana na mkandarasi ambaye amepewa kazi ya project ya serikali alafu hiyo project inakwama, tutasimamisha hiyo project na vile vile tutatumia njia ya sheria kufuata huyo mfanyakazi wa serikali.